Is the TV show Silo on Apple TV worth the watch? 10,000 people live in a massive underground bunker, 144 floors deep into the earth. They've been there for generations. No one remembers why, no one knows what's outside, and no one is allowed to ask. Welcome to the Silo, a mile-deep vertical city where humanity clings to its survival. The surface is supposedly toxic and deadly, completely uninhabitable. The only view of the outside world is through a single camera showing a barren, poisoned wasteland. Dead trees, toxic skies, and nothing alive. In the Silo, there are rules, lots of them, but one rule matters more than anything else. Never ask to go outside. Don't talk about it, don't wonder about it, don't even think about it. Because if you do, if you express any desire to leave, they grant your wish. And there's no taking it back. They call it cleaning. They put you in a suit, march you through the airlock, and send you to wipe the camera lens, the Silo's only window to the outside. It's framed as a final act of service, one last gift to the community before you die, and you will die within minutes. The toxins destroy you before you even make it over the hill. But here's what will keep you up at night. Everyone who goes out to clean, no matter what they said before, no matter how much they swore they would refuse, no matter how much they hated the Silo and everything it stood for, they always clean the camera lens. Every single one. People who were furious, people who wanted to expose the Silo's lies, people who looked in the mayor in the eye and said, I will not give you the satisfaction, and yet in their final moments, they still wipe that lens clean. Why? What do they see out there? What changes their mind when they're standing on the surface with minutes to live? The mystery is the engine of this entire show, and I promise you, the answer is not what you think. Silo is a slow burn done right. This isn't a show that gives you cheap thrills and easy answers. Every single episode peels back another layer. Every revelation leads to 3 more questions, and just when you think you figured it out, it pulls out the rug from under you. The show is based on Hugh Howey's best-selling Wool trilogy, a book that started as a self-published story on Amazon and exploded into a global phenomenon. So there's real source material here. There's a plan. This isn't some mystery box show making it up as it goes. The answers do exist, and the show is building toward them with purpose. Rebecca Ferguson, you know her from Dune and the Mission Impossible films, plays Juliet Nichols, a mechanic from the Down Deep, the bottom levels where the generators keep everyone alive. She's not political, she's not looking for trouble, she just wants to do her job and be left alone. But then someone she loves dies under mysterious circumstances and she starts asking questions. The wrong questions, the kind that get people sent out to clean. And once she starts pulling at that thread, she can't stop, even when powerful people make it very clear that she should. Ferguson is absolutely incredible here. There's this quiet intensity to her that pulls you in completely. She's not a superhero, she's not the chosen one, she's just someone who refuses to accept the lies she's been told her entire life. Someone who would rather die knowing the truth than live in comfortable ignorance. And she makes you believe every single second of it. The supporting cast is also stacked. Tim Robbins plays the mayor, and every word out of his mouth sounds perfectly reasonable, but his eyes tell a different story. You're never quite sure if he's a good man making impossible choices or something far more sinister. Harriet Walter plays Martha, a woman who spends decades in the Down Deep and becomes Juliet's moral compass. She's fierce, stubborn, and she's seen too much to believe in coincidences. And then in season 2, Steven Zahn shows up and completely changes the energy. Obviously, I can't say too much without spoiling, but he brings the manic and unpredictable quality. One minute he's almost childlike, and the next he's terrifying. You genuinely never know if he's going to save someone or get them killed. But the real star might be the Silo itself. The production design is genuinely stunning. You feel claustrophobic just watching the show. The weight of 144 floors pressing down, the cramped stairwells that take you hours to climb, and that's not a throwaway detail. It actually matters to the plot. The dim lighting, the rust on the railings, the way the sound echoes off the concrete, it doesn't feel like a set. It feels like a place that people have been living and dying in for hundreds of years. And the structure, it tells its own story. The mechanics are at the very bottom and keeping the generators running, and they also are getting no respect for it. IT is in the upper floors controlling information, and at the very tippity top of the silo, the people who make the rules and enforce them, the higher you climb, the cleaner your hands, and the more invested you are in making sure nobody below you ever learns the truth. People disappear, no one asks questions. Records get altered, and history doesn't match what the oldest residents remember. But if you point that out, you're the problem. Everyone follows the rules of the pact, the silo's founding document, but no one fully understands why. And most people don't want to understand because what's the alternative? Question the system and risk being sent out to clean, aka die? The people in charge say they're protecting everyone, keeping humanity alive, maintaining order in a world that ended generations ago. But are they? Or are they hiding something darker? Are the lies protecting the people or the people in power? There were moments in the show where I had to completely pause. Not because something scary happened, but because something clicked into place and completely reframed everything I'd been watching. That feeling of, oh, it was right in front of me the whole time, this show delivers that more than once. And it earned every single one of those moments. The show moves at its own pace. It lets scenes breathe. It sits in tension. Some might call it slow, I call it confident. It knows what it's doing, and when it decides to move, when things finally break loose, it hits. If you loved Severance, you'll love this. Both shows understand the scariest thing isn't the mystery itself, it's realizing how much you've accepted it without questioning it. And if you liked Lost, Silo has what that show was missing: source material with actual answers already written. 2 seasons are out right now on Apple TV Plus, and season 3 is coming very, very soon. This story has an ending. The writers know where they're going. No cancellation cliffhangers, no abandoned threads. They're going to finish what they started. It has an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes for season 1 and a 92% for season 2, so it actually got better and critics and audiences agree. Prestige sci-fi with real answers coming. A dystopia that feels completely lived in. A cast bringing their absolute best every single episode. And a central mystery that will genuinely haunt you long after you finish. And I just finished it, and I'm telling you right now, Silo is definitely worth the watch.